After a 9-hour meeting, European leaders emerged from a summit in Brussels just before dawn on Friday morning. They had struck a deal, albeit a vague one, on how to handle migrants arriving in Europe. But even the woman for whom it mattered most had to admit the agreement was not a full solution.
We've agreed on 5 guidelines, but 2 are still lacking for a common European asylum system. But I'm optimistic that after today, we can really continue to work, even though there is still a lot to be done to bridge the different views.
At the height of the European migration crisis in 2015, Chancellor Angela Merkel opened Germany's borders to more than 1 million migrants and refugees. Now deemed an unpopular policy, Merkel's junior coalition partner, Bavaria's CSU party, is demanding she broker a tougher Europe-wide deal to further control migrant arrivals. If she doesn't succeed, it's threatening to close Germany's borders, something that could trigger the collapse of her government and the end of free movement through the EU.
One of the key reasons why the CSU is putting so much pressure on Angela Merkel currently to deliver a solution to the migration crisis is that in October, in their own host, their home state of Bavaria, they're facing local elections. And then a massive pressure by the far-right anti-immigration Alternative für Deutschland. And so they want to strengthen their own profile, seem hard on immigration, and the easiest way for them to do this, they think, is to attack Merkel for being too liberal herself.
Under the deal struck by the leaders, migrant control centres will be set up across the EU, but only in countries that volunteer to have them. Migrants will be vetted at the centres, refugees with a potential right to asylum will remain in the EU, and economic migrants will be sent home. The EU will also explore setting up processing centres in North Africa.
I don't think this deal delivers really what the CSU wanted to receive from it, but it will be enough for Merkel to bring it back home and to maybe agree a truce with her coalition partners, because in the end neither side is interested in really escalating the situation too much.
But getting any deal at all in Brussels was an achievement in itself for Merkel, with Europe more divided than ever on the issue of migration. Italy is already refusing ships with migrants on board to dock, and it threatened to veto the agreement if the rest of the bloc did not agree to take their fair share of migrants. But anti-immigration countries like Hungary and the Czech Republic have rejected a quota system to distribute refugees. As vague as it is, the deal may have brought Merkel more time in her domestic political crisis, but the limits of her increasingly reduced power have clearly been exposed, both at home and in Europe. Sarah Morice, TRT World.